tried to get out, and the time was now.
Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Sitting Down with Standups. As always, I am your co-host, Justin Sakarica. We have the Bean behind the scene, a.k.a. White Daryl, Daryl Bean, working all the cameras and everything. I'm not quite sure when this is going to release, but just know that yesterday was National Bean Day. Yeah, I did.
January 6th.
Yeah, yes. January 6th was National Bean Day.
Flannel?
Yes. Yes, it was National Bean Day, so give it up.
I was just visiting.
Yeah. So give it up for Daryl Bean in the past on National Bean Day. Over to my left, my lovely co-host Alana Gonzalez is back.
Hello.
We rehired her after firing her again.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm glad I made it through the charts.
Yeah. How have you been? How has everything been?
Good. I joked that we stopped doing this for maybe 5 minutes, and I completely forgot how to do everything. I couldn't get in the door. I forgot something. I had to go back home. I feel all out of whack, but it's good to be back at the board.
Yes, back at the board. I was telling Daryl earlier, you, Daryl, and I have not been in the same room together since October. Wow. Yes, because that's when we had on the File on Mars is Matt Kahn, and then after that, it's been...
and you weren't even on those episodes, so we haven't been in the same episode since...
like 1993 or something. Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. But yeah, the holiday season is now past us, and I gotta say, if Santa Claus was real, spoiler alert, Santa Claus is not real. Sorry,
What?
Sorry, Jim Friday. Yeah.
I still believe.
Yeah. Whether or not you believe, I didn't get any presents this year, and rightfully so.
Well, just because you didn't get any presents doesn't negate the truth of Santa Claus.
Oh, well, fair point.
yeah.
But if I did have any presents, that was canceled. Okay, so I have a morning routine.
Okay.
All right. I wake up, wash my face, brush my teeth, get my coffee, get in my car.
Okay.
And when I back out of my driveway, every single morning, my rear view mirror will lightly tap my neighbor's bushes because they hang over a little bit.
Okay.
No big deal, right? And when my window taps the bushes, my rear view window, I know, okay, this is for real. I'm going to work now. There's no turning back.
Okay.
It's kind of become like a friendly, wake-up call for me.
Okay.
Well, this year, my neighbors decided that they were going to have a nice, lovely Christmas display in their yard. Big inflatables, lights everywhere, in the tree, on the house, going into the bush that I hit. And they leave them out all night. So the week before Christmas, I get in my car, real groggy. I go backing up. I hear the familiar bush scrape. And then I look and I'm like, that is so weird. Why did Calvin and Janet turn their lights off? That's so strange. Keep backing out. I'm like, what is that noise? Like, is there ice on my window?
Oh, no.
And, I'm groggy. It's like, 6:50 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I start driving down the road, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
what is that noise? So then it stops for a moment. I'm like, whatever, who cares? I make it all the way to Middle Belt. And some guy pulls up next to me, and he's like, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, what? What? He's like, man, you're dragging Christmas lights behind your car. And I'm like, what? I pull over and look. I had hooked one of the strands of lights, backed out, pulled it, unplugged everything, and I was like, oh my God, how did this happen?
You killed Santa.
I killed Christmas.
Yes.
So immediately, I get on the phone, I'm texting him, I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. I just completely ruined your display and everything, and I felt terrible. Mm-hmm. They responded like, oh no, you didn't hit anything. I'm like, I tore lights off of your bush. I have the physical evidence. This happened. And like, oh, well, we didn't notice anything missing. Just the lights are off. I'm like, you guys are being too nice, okay? I will pay for them. I will buy you new lights. Mm-hmm. It's my bad. Yeah, that was a fun morning to see that you
killed.
I killed Christmas. Yeah, I can't.
I want to know what that guy was thinking.
Yeah, he was probably like, this motherfucker stole lights from somebody, and he's, the Grinch is driving down Middle
I
Belt.
would like it more if that was just your intent. You're like, you know what? I don't decorate my house, but my car. I take Christmas lights with me wherever I go.
Yes. Yeah, and I balled them up. I put them in the back of my car. And again, my neighbors are like, no. I'm like, listen.
Now, did you just give them those lights back, or did you actually purchase new lights? Or?
They refused anything from me. They're like, hey, no, it's not a big deal. I think maybe it's because they know their bushes kind of go into my driveway. And they were like, we were waiting for this to happen for a long time.
Right, they didn't want to be met with, like, zoning papers.
Yeah.
Like, actually.
Yeah. So, and if Johnny B ever decides to trim their trees again, maybe he can go into the ones in the driveway.
Speaking of,
you
may think that Santa's not real, but you did get a New Year's gift.
I did get a New Year's gift. I got my batch of New Year's bananas from our dear friend of the show, Johnny B. First time in a long time that he had written a message on there. He used to write messages on my bananas, and he stopped doing it. But maybe now that's his New Year's resolution, is to get back to writing stuff on bananas and putting them on people's porches.
New year, new potassium.
Yes, New Year, new potassium. Yeah, it's an HN year for Happy New Year.
What else?
What else could it stand for? Hell no year? Hairy nipples year?
Oh, your stream of consciousness is far different than mine.
What were you thinking about?
Never hairy nipples. Never. That is never in my Rolodex of thoughts.
Sorry. I watched King Kong recently, so it's on the brain. HN, yeah, HN. Yeah, sorry, I keep going back to hairy nipples.
I'm going virus, like H1N1.
H1N1, bird flu.
Yeah, like
God,
like he gave you bird flu bananas.
Maybe he's been trying to for so many years. Like maybe that's why I keep getting him. He's like, this motherfucker he's still kicking. Maybe that's But I didn't do anything to him, though. I didn't do anything. Oh, no, it's because I won't go to breakfast with him.
Nah.
Yeah. And then maybe one day I'll be able to figure out the mystery of who the hell Amanda was when he left me that voicemail for Mother's Day. I send that to my mom every Mother's Day.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet she loves that.
Oh, she is like, Justin Alexander, you've already sent this to me. I'm like, I'm going to keep sending it to you, Mom.
Amazon gift cards are also nice.
Yeah, but
and flowers.
Weird voice messages from your crazy neighbor is even better to your mother. That is for damn sure.
You can't do both.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, what can I say? I'm a very unique son. I am a very unique son. There have been a lot of unique sons out there. Sons of...
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, so I mean, there's Sons of Anarchy, Sons of Bitches, Sons of Sam. Oh, well, holy shit! Look at that, huh?
Wow.
So, speaking of Sam,
wow.
Well, yeah, that was pretty.
We're a little rusty.
Yeah,
this
we
is
are
the
a little
first show after a break.
Yeah, come on. I'm probably suffering from bird flu from bananas here. Okay, I've got the Johnny B virus. I've got Johnny B24 in me. Our guest today is one of the most talented comedians that we have in the scene right now. She's also one of the most revered and beloved comedians, and I don't think anybody is ever going to dispute that.
Yeah, could not agree more.
Wonderful sense of humor, dark humor, but it is so smart and so damn funny. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for one of the favorites, Sam Rager. Sam, come on in here. Thank you for not leaving after that horrible intro.
I don't think she would be the first, though. I feel like other people have wanted to leave after, after their intros as well.
That was an amazing intro. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I'm not sure how many people know who the Son of Sam is, and he's not a nice guy, not by any means. No. Yeah,
he's also like, I feel, I don't know if I'm using this lingo correctly, but mid. Is that's like he's not really, like, he's not up there with like a Dahmer.
No.
But he's also not down there with like the Bay the Bay Area rapist, the East.
Are you talking about the Golden State Killer or
The Green River Killer? Because he's up there. I once watched a tier list of serial killers, and I want to say Sam Berkowitz is like C tier. Yeah, he's not in the upper echelon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with mid.
Yeah, he's mid. I mean, he said a dog told him to kill people, so that's
Son of Sam, mid.
yeah, very mid. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
There's a ranker website where you can rank the worst people in the world, and you can upvote and downvote people.
Do you remember who was up there when you were looking at it?
Well, I think we all know number one.
Is he?
Everybody does.
Yeah. I mean, I have some thought. Das ist gut, ja? Is this
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I need to say.
It could be questionable. Now that the internet is open to everyone.
Can you add people on there?
Ooh, I didn't even try, but
Oh my God!
Oh, that
Can
would
you
be
imagine
exciting.
adding somebody that you don't like and call all your friends to downvote them? Just downvote them to show people. Wow, I love the internet. It is undefeated. It is undefeated, man. But yeah, that is fantastic. How are you doing, Sam? Everything kosher? Everything good?
yeah, I'm doing decent. I just got off the shows with Josh Adams.
I saw
Fabulous.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it was a fantastic weekend. Josh
great.
straight up murdered every show.
Talking about killers.
And he is not mid.
Yeah, and I was nervous to do any of my really weird material, which I'm sure the audience would be like, you don't think any of that's weird? So I played it safe, and I'm happy that I did. I'm happy because some of my more normal jokes, I could sense some of them were like, oh, where's this gonna go?
Yeah.
But I had a blast. I think I had the best sets I have ever had at Ridley's.
That is
It was
fantastic.
such. I was only able to go to one, but it was such a fun show. Like genuinely, so much fun. Just to see a crowd, a full room at Ridley's, and the show that I went to, they'd opened up the back because they keep it closed for the most part, but then when they fully set out, so they'd opened up the back, and I didn't see very many empty seats at all.
Really?
And Sam was saying it was one of the lighter shows of the
Wow.
weekend. So to have that turnout the weekend right after New Year,
Yeah.
and to have such engagement with the audiences, that's really, really great.
Yeah. And you mentioned some of your weirder stuff. That's what I'm a big fan of. Like, I love the weird, dark humor. Like, that to me is the best. And, like, I'm real bad at writing dark and weird humor. Like, how do you come up with that kind of stuff?
Ooh, I think it's the stream of consciousness, I guess. When, I mean, you guys were doing a fantastic job of it. Like up here, like riffing, like and following where your jokes were going. That was fabulous. But I think it's like a defense mechanism too. Like growing up with dark stuff, just your mind naturally wanting
Gotcha.
to find a way to make it funny and digestible.
Gotcha.
Were you always did you mentioned growing up with it? Was that kind of your vibe as a young kid? Were you into, what was dark for you as a kid? Were you into like true crime stuff? Were you into horror stuff? Or was it just more fucking with people? What was your conspiracy theories, all of the above? What was your thing as a little kid?
When I was, so I didn't start making it funny until around late middle school or early high school.
Okay.
But when I was a kid, I was the weird kid, and nobody really wanted to be my friend. I made a Beanie Baby club, and I was the only member. But I did make
I'm so sorry.
multiple membership cards. But
Oh, that's so good. What were the membership cards like?
they each had their different images of the Beanie Babies.
Of course.
Amazing.
And then they each had rank. I did offer other people in my class to be part of it, but they declined. They had other plans
Those
at recess.
bastards! What the hell, man? Did you have any of like the real expensive Beanie Babies, the ones that were like retired or whatnot? 'Cause I remember when those were huge.
No, we just had like the super common ones. But my parents always bought duplicates of the McDonald's ones because they were positive that those were going to be worth a lot of money someday. So they bought ones that we could open and ones that had to stay in the Happy Meal package.
Nice. Now, were they the type of show-off collectors or more the hoard / temperature and environment control, throw them in a shoebox and nobody talks about them type of collector? Did you have them like out on a shelf?
No, we used them as part of our hamster races. My sister and I.
Hamster races.
This is getting good.
Please elaborate.
My sister and I used to take our little golden books and we used to tent them and then make entire courses.
Oh, that's so good.
And then release our hamsters into them.
Like just free reign, not like in a ball or anything.
Oh my god.
How many hamsters did you start with?
Usually like 3, but one would get out. So
You made it back.
Why is this not like an Olympic thing now? The hamster races.
I mean, you would think with the popularity of like Holy Moly and crazy game show things like that hamster races could be.
Well, that sounds like an episode of Seinfeld, like something that Kramer would get into, you know?
Like betting on hamster
Yes,
races?
yes, yep. And like he would go borrow, and like for some reason George's parents would have a hamster. And like, you're not borrowing my hamster, you know.
We would have friends over for sleepovers, and we're like, "You guys want to race? You want to make bets?" And
so you were hustling. That was your side hustle. You were making money up. Oh, please tell me it was rigged. You'd like feed one a lot before the race, you know, like bet on Fluffy. Meanwhile, you're shoving Cheez-Its down Fluffy's throat. His cheeks are all puffed out, and the kids don't know. They're like, why is his cheek so big? Don't worry about it. Bet on him.
That's so great. How many sisters?
I just have one older sister.
That's so fantastic.
We did not, we fought all the time growing up, and she has this huge fear of fish. So I had sea monkeys, and I put them in a squirt gun, and and when we would get into fights, I would just bring it out.
My favorite thing about sibling stories is they follow the same format, and it's here's what they hate, and then here's the reveal of how I'm going to use that against them.
You went like right for the throat. Like, so like if she ever becomes like a supervillain, you know her one weakness, you know? It's like she's taken over a city and like, we can't stop her, and you're like, I have the key. Super soaker.
A fire hose with sea monkeys. Just
no, Sam.
I feel so guilty because I was like, I probably murdered hundreds of sea monkeys.
Well, I mean, it was for a good cause, right? It was for a good cause. Sibling rivalry, right? You always have to. That's the funniest thing I've heard.
When I was growing up, my little brother, he's 4 years younger than I am, and we took martial arts at the same time. And it was right as we were in peak fight time.
Yeah.
So, you know, sneak attacks and whatever. And one time we were chasing each other through the house, and we lived in a manufactured home, which is a classy word for trailer. And he went into the bathroom and shut the door, but I got to him right before he was shutting the door, so I was able to like push against him as he's shutting the door, and his elbow went into the wall. And it was one of those things where, like, you know, the point of your elbow is tiny, but then the meaty part gets stuck. So I left him there until my mom got home from work, just, like, stuck in the wall. And I'm like, okay, so that's not actually bad. Or,
I mean,
but But it is.
Yeah.
Like,
But he couldn't get out. Like he couldn't like Kia and like
no,
he's just taekwondo skills.
Like he was 9.
Oh, okay.
I think at the time. Like this was maybe 8 or 9. Like this.
And
was
you were 25.
27. But yes, I played young. Yeah. So stuff like that was always going on. Like it was just whatever you could go for terrorizing and get away with. Did you do you have brothers?
I have an older sister, and
Okay.
I mean we got along for the most part, and we still do.
How many years apart?
She's like 2.5 years older
Okay.
than I am. We never like had any physical fights, but we would like insult each other like real bad. Like we
Okay.
would go like right for the throat, but we would always end up like becoming friends like a half hour later when it's like shit, we're both gonna be in trouble now. Who are we gonna hang out with? Each other.
Right.
So
Right.
but we got along and we still do. So
Yeah,
now
that's-
my younger cousin though, that's a different story.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin Mikey and I would terrorize my younger cousin Joe, and our punishment for it is we are both going bald, and my cousin Joe is like 6'6", dark head of hair, beautiful wife, and we're like, you know what? You deserve it, Joe. Yeah, it's funny because like Joe was a very impressionable kid. He's a very smart guy now, very successful, but like we told him in the woods behind his house that there was a killer sloth, and he believed it well into like well past the point when you should believe that. And yeah, we would just terrorize that poor kid. We one time handcuffed him to the piano in the living room just because we did. Why not? And we told him, look, if you make any noise, Aunt Diane is going to be mad. And my aunt saw him, was like, Joe, what are you doing? He didn't say a word because he fully believed if he made noise that he would get in trouble. And eventually, he said something and we got in trouble. But
See, this is what I love, the shock and awe and reaction of Sam telling an innocent sea monkey story, and then you're like, yeah, but we handcuffed my cousin to a piano and left him there for hours.
yes, he actually, and like, he joined the Navy like 6 years ago, so I didn't see him for like 6 years. I saw him at his sister's wedding in September in Gatlinburg. First time
Do you still have a piano key? Like,
well, one of the first things he said to me was, you guys know I remember when you handcuffed me to the piano. I'm like, yes. I'm like, how do you forget that, Joe? So, but it's good seeing him, yeah. I mean, I saw him again at Christmas. But again, he's super tall, full head of hair, has a beautiful wife. And I'm like...
the wedding starts, they sit down at the organ, 2 notes.
Yeah.
Wait, stop!
He's leaving out that he actually has a tattoo of handcuffs and a piano.
You know what? He's covered in tattoos, and I don't know what all of them are. I'll ask him, like, Joe, do you have that? Like, he's got the killer sloth on his back. Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious. Kids are so cruel, man.
Kids
are
really,
bastards,
really
man.
cruel.
Yeah.
What are sea monkeys?
I think they're shrimp or prawns.
They're brine shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would they, if you cared for them, would they grow up to be something else, or
I think they're just
are
specks.
they just there for torture and entertainment? Like,
Mostly for, I mean, you can care for them. You can give them like little food, and they're so tiny. Like even at their adult, they're bitsy. But they live longer than goldfish if you care for them.
wow.
Not
I wonder
mine,
why they're
but-
called. Yeah. I wonder why they're called sea monkeys. Like, there's nothing about them that resembles a monkey. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a biologist, so I don't have any idea. There's probably.
Oh, a 1950s marketing scheme.
That makes sense.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
What is?
They were the ones. They were like they would link together or something, right? Wasn't that the?
That's a barrel monkey.
Yeah. I knew you were. I was wondering. I'm like, wait, what the?
Are these
Close enough.
Yeah.
these sea monkeys protested going to war?
Pretty cool.
Yeah. They're linking up. Yeah. Would you? You took them to war.
We won't go. No, we won't
Yeah.
go.
Oh, that's so funny.
I have a confession to make, and speaking of sea monkeys, because they're kind of in the same genre in my head.
Yeah.
Are you guys aware of axolotls?
Yes, I know all about
Yes.
axolotls. Yes.
Okay.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
I will confess in the year 2024 that I, Elena Gonzalez, a 44-year-old semi-smart woman, swore that was a Pokemon.
That's
I'm like,
a very
you're making this up. That's a Pokemon. No, axolotl. I was playing 20 questions with 2 7-year-olds, and it was what animal am I? And it got to nobody could figure it out, and it was axolotl.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Who
that's
picked?
it's a Pokemon. What are you doing? No,
Yeah.
it's like a salamander.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's a Pokemon. Like, I got into a fight with the
Yeah.
7-year-olds, and I lost.
Yeah, they are very cool. Like they're like a bluish, whitish color with the red frills coming out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of the amphibian family.
Yeah, later on that night, we played a video game on PlayStation wherein one of the characters that you could select was an axolotl.
What game is this?
It's called Overcooked.
Is that a Pokemon game?
Yeah, and so that was hilarious. Aunt Elena, you should be the axolotl.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah,
Did you?
I was. I took my lashings. Yes.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback on that for a little bit because now believing that an axolotl is not a real animal is forgivable. But I know.
You.
Yeah,
This is the validation
Yes, it's
I
forgivable.
did not receive
but,
from a 7-year-old that I needed from someone. So
I'm
thank
very
you.
sorry because I'm very sorry, Michael and Brittany, because Michael and Brittany do watch the podcast. I know they do. Brittany, into adulthood, thought that a reindeer was a mythical animal
Oh.
I can
because
see that,
they
though.
because you know they fly on Santa's sleigh, and when she saw one, she's like, "Oh my God, reindeer are real." Yeah, it's real.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah, and I love Michael and Brittany. They're great people, but I just thought it was funny that. Yeah.
Do you have any either conspiracies or truths that you thought were conspiracy that you later found out to be real? I know that's really on the spot. I was like, where could we fit Sam into this?
So many of my new jokes are conspiracy theories. So I have that new Santa, where disparaged Santa. And then shortly after that, like a lot of bad things started happening. And even though I'm in my 30s, I'm like, is he real? Is he upset with me?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, they say he's always watching you. So, I mean, I haven't been to the North Pole, have you?
No.
I mean, who knows?
Oh.
Yeah. What is
I kind of want you to keep track of this just in case, like, to see when it ebbs and flows. Like, okay, I did the Santa joke on this day, and then this, and this happened. And I didn't do the Santa joke for like 3 weeks, and my credit score went up, and things were looking up, and then I did the Santa joke again.
My doctor was like, oh, they found that like cyst in my spinal cord, but they're like, it might also be MS, and I'm like, Santa gave me MS.
Merry Christmas? Wow. Yeah.
He's like, oh, SS? No, MS.
Yeah. Santa's a bastard.
We've upgraded from coal.
Yeah. See, now I'm going through in my head and I'm singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I'm thinking of like diseases instead of like, dancer and pressure, polio and MS and whatever else you have.
Santa gave me MS.
Santa gave me. That would be an amazing name for your next album. Santa gave me MS. Just the name alone. Oh my God.
If I ever need transfusions, just ask the people next to me, were you good?
Are you on the naughty list? I need to see.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my God, that's so goddamn funny. Well, hopefully you turn out okay. Hopefully Santa can realize that you are a good person, and or maybe the Easter
From
Bunny.
the guy who killed Christmas.
That's true.
And started the show by saying Santa's not real.
So I think I'm taking away that. I think Santa's negative energy is going to be projected on me this coming year. So
Hopefully.
hopefully we'll see.
Hopefully.
Oh my God.
So we did kind of touch, Justin touched a little bit about, some more dark humor and it's fascinating to me because I've been a fan of you much longer than I've been a friend of yours, and it's so fun to watch you perform. But looking at it in a clinical sense, I can imagine it must be so much more difficult to work some of those jokes out, because sticking on the Santa theme, like, saying Santa helped Nazis, like that's not a casual joke that you can just like try on friends on a Zoom call, and like kind of work into conversations. So how do you find the places and what's your kind of process for working out some of those jokes?
Thankfully, weirdly, the Santa one evolved more naturally because it started off just me talking about that one that one war. It was actually World War I where they called a ceasefire and how the sides had Christmas.
Yes.
And I was like, how hard was that to be to just be like, want to split this ham? I know we're shooting together.
But it is Christmas.
Yeah, for one day, we'll just kind of, I was going to say, and I don't want to take away the attention, but there was another truce that they had in World War I. I forget, it was the Germans and somebody else. They actually had to join forces because there was a town that was being overrun by a pack of wolves, and they were killing people, so they had to come together and like, look, we need to take care of this marauding pack of wolves, save a city, and then we can go back to being enemies again. They need to make a movie about that. Swear to God.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
intense.
Yeah, because like it was a real bad winter, and the wolves didn't have anything to eat. They turned on a town, were eating people, and like, we need help, please. And the Germans, and it may have been the British, were like, okay, truce. We'll kill the wolves, and then we'll go back to
Killing each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
And hearing that, I naturally my mind is like, oh, it must have been hard for them to tell each other apart after they were wearing the pelts on there.
But see, and that I can spout off the facts, but you can turn it into a joke, which is hilarious. Like, that's
I love that though. I
Yeah.
love like going down rabbit holes and stuff. Which there were so many audiences. I thought the Donner Party was more well known than they are. That's not.
Really.
Yeah.
People don't know the Donner Party.
No.
What the hell?
Yeah, fewer and fewer. So that joke is pretty old. I've been doing it for about 11 years. And when I first started telling it, a lot of people knew. And then I think we need to make a Donner Party TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Like make a dance with like biting.
But it is kind of true. Like we were talking about the ranking of things, because there hasn't been a Netflix documentary. I don't know that there's a podcast about the Donner Party. So that was like old school. That was old school true crime.
Yeah,
like it didn't.
That was
make
old cannibalism. But now they have that movie Alive, where the soccer players crashed in the Andes Mountains.
Yeah, but even that, people don't. I feel like they don't know.
I am way too informed about cannibalism. I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of cannibal stories.
But like, if you look at just
Are the doors locked?
They are. Daryl, cut the lights.
where do you think all those chicken strips came from?
Yeah. Which, by the way, Justin, if you want some chicken strips, there's plenty upstairs, man. Go ahead and dig in.
Probably not people.
Perfect
Yeah.
segue.
Yeah.
Might not be people.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
gonna make any claims. We did name them Ali, but
Yeah.
might not be people. So then to just back it up a little bit more. So if you are getting some of these premises like from facts, are you a history junkie, or are these things that just kind of come out in random conversation and you're like, oh, I'm gonna look into that a little bit more?
I am a history junkie, but I also if I'm having writer's block, I'll go on Britannica's website and be like, what happened on this day in history? And then that will normally lead me on like a weird click path.
Yeah. It's so fascinating. I am so thankful that we've had time to write together, because my brain does not think in that way. So so when you get the chance, if you're ever lucky enough to get the chance to write with Sam, to have that sort of brain to bounce off with and to think fairly logically and structured, but in a completely bonkers abstract way is so amazing to watch. And I know that's just how your brain works, so it probably doesn't feel like anything spectacular, but I can promise you that most people don't think that way. And I think that's what makes your writing so unique and so refreshing, because people are like, wait, and then what? Like, and it works, and it's smart, and it's so uniquely you, and it's fucking fantastic. So kudos.
I love it. I'm getting gassed up.
Well, no, I mean, it is true, because it's.
I'm sorry, I just like
Bonk.
bam.
Here,
Bam.
I'll do it too.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, you ready? Here. I'm just gonna,
Walking away.
But yeah, no, it's good, because like it's one thing to tell a joke, but to tell a smart joke that's based in like actual facts and history, again, A+.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I shoot myself in my foot though, because if people are drinking and they don't want to think, they just want to turn it off. Oh, then I'm bombing all night.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, Donner party.
Yeah. Somebody order some meat rare right now.
I've tried looping in the and so I'm like, okay, we're all gonna pretend like we're a group of like soccer players, and we go down in the Andes. On the count of 3, we're gonna say which body part we eat first.
Oh, is it bad that I've thought about that before?
No. Oh, I was on a trip with Lauren Uholic, and we were in this hot tub, and across from us sat this dude who was trying to pick up these 2 girls. And it was, he was like starting to be somewhat successful. And then she and I started talking about this. They got really quiet. And then the girls eventually were like, we need to go up to her room. And he's like, do you want a hang? And they're like, no.
Oh, the calf, by the way.
The calf?
The calf muscle, yeah.
The calf? Yeah.
Yeah, the calf, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a hearty piece of meat. And part of my joke, I say thigh, because if you eat thigh, you don't have to die. So I'm foregoing for what parts you are non-vital. Like, do we need to murder someone, or can we just put a belt around?
Well, yeah. Like the calf,
Yeah, I mean,
if you eat the calf, you can share half.
Oh!
Yeah, see, boom, right there, yeah.
And you can still work your way up, so the thigh's not off the table yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because if you start at the thigh, then you're cutting off blood supply.
Exactly.
To the calf.
Yeah.
So you're, what is that? Whatever, you're forcing death.
And you might have too much
death.
meat, and then that goes to waste.
Yeah. Oh, we are totally surviving a plane crash. We are totally surviving a plane crash. This is great.
Loving the fact that I said in 2024 I wanted to travel more with Sam.
Yeah.
Definitely loving that fact.
Oh man, you're gonna end up on the milk carton. Has anybody seen Elena? Nope. Not at all.
No. Oh, I didn't realize she was still getting up. So the other thing, kind of peek behind the curtain, that Sam and I have talked quite a bit about is kind of visualization and manifestation of things. We do vision boards.
Very smart.
It's become one of my favorite traditions. But what I would love to hear from you is an idea that you kind of brought to our little group about how important it is to ask for things in comedy.
I had a comic stay with me. His name is Patrick Hasty, and he gave me this idea of 100 asks that he and his group of friends do.
Mm-hmm.
And each new year, they make a list of 100 things that they want to do, but would normally not feel like they were qualified for or good enough for, and then they ask for them anyways. And they told me that of like the 100 things that were on their list, they got like 60 of them.
Really?
Yeah. Which was awesome. I'm like, that's a good percentage of things.
That is a good, yeah.
So I started doing it, and I started getting way more than I thought I would. So it definitely proves the point of a lot of us kind of feel like we're always unqualified or we don't deserve something, and to go for it anyways, because they're going to give it to somebody else regardless.
Yeah.
So you may as well just put yourself out there.
Yeah, shoot your shot. Why not?
The answer is always no if you never ask.
Exactly. And even if the answer is only yes one time, guess what? You got one thing new. Yeah, you've got one thing new, and that can lead to so many other opportunities, you know?
And I don't know what it's like for everyone else, but putting those things out there, even just going through the exercise of thinking about what I might want, instead of being more purposeful with the wants instead of letting things happen.
Yes.
Really is a good mind shift, especially in doing this, because it can so easily, you can get so wrapped up in what everybody else wants.
Yes.
And what everybody else is doing, and to take a step back and go, no, what do I actually want?
Yeah, and again, if you're not shooting your shot, you're never going to know whether or not you actually had a chance. You know?
So in the interest of cliche hack interviewing, how did you get started doing comedy? You mentioned that there was a joke that you've been doing for about 11 years, so I know that you've been doing it for a while.
Thank you. I was going through a breakup, and I felt like I had become too codependent on my partner, and I wanted something that was just mine. And so my last year in college, I signed up for Bill's comedy class at the Castle.
Nice. How did it come into your world? Like, how did you find out that was even an option, that class?
I had been toying with the idea for a bit, because towards the end of high school, I was the class clown. Okay. And I got a rush from making people laugh, which I feel like a lot of us have a similar origin story. And so I was looking at things like Go Comedy or Second City Detroit, and whenever I would approach my partner, like, oh, I'm thinking about taking this class, he would always shoot it down. So I finally just committed to it after just revisiting their website over and over again.
Nice. Who were some of your, in your personal life, did you fangirl out about any specific comics around that time? Like, were you a fan of comedy, or did you just, I don't want to say just, or did you see this as a potential outlet?
I was a fan of comedy. My dad played as Richard Pryor when I was in elementary school.
Elementary school.
That's fantastic.
So I remember listening to Richard Pryor, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, he would also like play as Jeff Foxworthy. And we would grow up watching Comedy Central Premium Blend, and I was a huge fan of that, and I never thought that I could be a part of that world, but it's awesome, and look at all of us now.
Look at us now.
You're sitting in a basement in Westland.
I'm surprised you growing up with Richard Pryor that people that didn't want to join the Beanie Baby Club weren't treated worsely. You want to join my club, motherfucker? Like, I'm surprised you didn't.
Is the Beanie Baby Club still around, or did you?
It is. We're.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is Justin asking if we can join.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm only part of one other club, and, you know, I need some more clubs. I mean, is there an axolotl Beanie Baby?
Ooh, that's a good question. There probably is. And a little known fact about Beanie Babies, they don't leave bruises.
Like a sack of oranges. They don't leave bruises. Hit him in the body. So, okay, what came first? The hurling of the Beanie Baby or the shooting of the sea monkeys? What? Because obviously you're dual wielding up there, and one's got to be a distraction for the.
Oh, I just thought of the Beanie Baby thing now, but that
The delivery
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
sells it, because your ability to take your face from
Yeah.
just cold piercing, like, oh yes, ma'am, no
Yes.
bruises. Yes,
Babies
noted. Message received entirely.
Holy.
His name is Lockie.
Lockie?
Lockie, the axolotl.
What's his
baby.
poem and his tag? Because they have poems,
I don't
right?
know that it says that.
what's his birthday?
Maybe it does. Lockie the axolotl is the sweetest little creature, pink as can be. Lockie is the perfect gift to surprise your Valentine with. Sitting up straight, this belly can't wait to meet your boo.
Oh!
How good. Oh, here's the poem.
Okay.
I am aquatic, that may be. I'm out of water just to see if you'd like to spend some time as my special Valentine.
It's a Valentine.
Time and Valentine don't really rhyme. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to call it.
They-
And the birthday is February 4th.
It's coming up.
Why?
Wow.
Why would it not be February 14th?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's right there.
They already have Valentino the Heart bear. Yeah.
Someone is ready for the baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Justin, how do you know much about it?
My sister and the kid down the street from me were in the Beanie Babies, so I know. Yeah, Valentino was the white bear and the red heart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, your sister. Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Definitely, sister.
this is kind of a dark joke right here because I'm thinking of bears and Beanie Babies. Do you think they made a Beanie Baby of Timothy Treadwell, the guy that was eaten by the grizzly bear?
What?
Grizzly man?
What, Chompy?
I want them to. If they could put
Yeah.
a little red thread around the mouth.
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Do you know who Timothy Treadwell was?
No.
You don't. Dumbest man alive. Dumbest man in the history of Earth. They called him the Grizzly Man because he thought he could, like, go up to wild grizzly bears and tame them and, you know, like, become friends with them. Guy was shittier than squirrel shit. And, I'm sorry, nuttier than squirrel shit.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. And, like, he had this belief that in this place called the Grizzly Maze in Alaska, where there are tons of grizzlies, that, like, they were being murdered and poached. And they're like, no, a human being has never killed a grizzly before in this park. Well, he started becoming more and more, like, crazy. And he ended up taking his girlfriend there with him one year and trying to befriend a hungry bear. Spoiler alert, the bear ended up eating him and his girlfriend. So then they had to fly in and eliminate the grizzly bear, meaning the guy who was trying to prevent grizzly bear deaths actually made them go up 100% in that park.
Also, fun side fact. There's a video camera running while the bear was eating
Yes.
both of them with the cap on, but there's audio, but it is never to be released in, like, the family has it. but
So
yeah.
there's a
with the cap on.
With the cap on.
Well, I don't know if it's real or not. I've heard what is supposedly the leaked footage. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal sounding.
Yeah.
So
In that instance, I kind of hope it's not real and that there's just like a couple of dudes in a basement that are just like,
yeah.
it's not that real. No, you need to get more into it. Arr, arr.
Yeah.
Picnic basket. No, the bear wouldn't actually say that.
Yeah, but he was. Yeah.
Grizzle, grizzle, grizzle.
It's gonna be real bad.
Yeah.
You better be careful, Yogi.
Stir with the calf, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you start with the thigh, I won't die.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
I really think that there is a market for darker Beanie Babies.
Yeah, and the bear that ate Timothy Treadwell, Gustav the crocodile, who is still active, by the way. Gustav is killed over...
What?
Okay, Daryl can look it up.
What do you do in your spare time, sir? What is happening?
Gustav is a crocodile in Africa that has killed over, I think, 300 people.
Did he also eat a clock?
I hope. That'd be amazing. Peter Pan. Yeah, there's Gustav the crocodile. There was the Lions of Savo. Did you find Gustav?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Large male Nile crocodile in Burundi, who's notorious for being a man-eater, rumored to kill as many 200 to 300 people.
Yes.
Wow.
Still
Banks of
active.
the Ruzizi River.
Eat your heart out, son of Sam.
Still active.
Yeah.
Still active. And he's between 68 and 69 years old, according to
Likes long walks on the beach.
Yeah, Gustav. The Lions of Savo. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. There was a brown bear in Japan that killed a bunch of people. The sloth bear of Mysore. I'm really into animal attacks.
There's a gorilla at that one zoo.
Harambe.
Was that the...
So, believe it or not, there has never been a recorded death by gorilla in the wild or in captivity. Gorillas are very, chill. Chimpanzees, though, they'll kill you. They'll fuck you up real bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We're learning a lot today on
Yeah, we are.
Down with Stand-Ups.
Yeah.
And most of it is what Justin reads about in his spare time.
Animal.
For my 5th grade sex ed class,
Oh,
they,
great segue.
our teacher made us watch a video about dolphins gang bang,
Yes.
ganging on each other.
What?
Yeah. And then they took us to the Shed Aquarium.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, I mean, it scared us away because if you're a kid and that's your only reference for another reason.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
When you go to the aquarium, I've been to Shut a couple times, but I don't. They don't have dolphins there, do they?
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
And
Are you looking for dolphin pee the whole time?
Yeah.
yeah.
Gonna. Where is it?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
They
It's the After Dark show. That's the...
they super it back in, but it's like a dog. They can. Well, I
Oh,
guess a dog you can see most of it, but they can.
Once they're in there, they're in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Daryl, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna make you Google this.
Dude, I'm going to have so many questions to
Oh,
answer.
okay, so
Dolphin porn.
have you ever seen a duck's penis?
Yeah, the little twist.
Oh, it's not little. They're I think 2 or 3 times as long as their body. Yeah, they're hung. Yeah, we need to start
Is that
saying.
the corkscrew?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to regret this, but okay.
Yeah. Just don't put .com in there. That's what'll get you.
So it makes me wonder if fuck a duck that if that came from a different place.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, look at that thing.
Can't. Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that is
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
They have mold makers for stuff like that, where somebody has to take it and kind of puff it out and then put the molding stuff in. And that job I want
Is the mold to I'm not being crass, but is it to make
Oh, no.
dildos or is it for science?
What do we got?
So we actually have in situ, if you will.
Oh wow! I mean, I thought it was longer, but still, that's pretty. It's pretty.
That poor duck, he's just
He's trying to live his life.
he's
Yeah.
just into being choked.
Okay.
And now
That right
poor
there.
guy.
That right there is why Donald needs to wear some fucking pants. Wow.
Duck's into being choked.
Well, you saw I was
Yeah.
being grabbed.
Yeah, Daddy.
Squeak. I can't do a Donald voice. Oh my goodness. Good Lord. Well,
This
has been.
Off the rails now.
You know,
It's great.
we haven't even been on the rails.
That's kind of true.
ever.
I was gonna segue into something, but now I'm kind of afraid to. because I was going to tell Sam that we have a surprise for her.
I forgot there's
You
a
forgot
surprise.
the surprise?
Oh, I'm so
Daryl.
excited for the surprise. Okay.
Upstairs,
Yeah.
there
So-
are 2 bowls and 2 spoons.
Okay. Are they prepared?
No, you
No.
can start getting it prepped, okay?
Okay.
Please. So we were talking a bit about rancor before when we were talking about bad people. Well, there are good things that rankings do. And since you got it all together, I will let you say what we're going to guess and rank.
So, all the talk about cannibalism, I'm sure, has made you hungry. Rumor on the street is that you're a fan of ice cream. Yes. And have you ever had or heard of Jenny's brand ice cream?
No, I've driven by a Jenny's before,
Okay.
like in Ohio.
They have some really, really good and weird and crazy flavors, and I've got 3 of them upstairs, and you and Elena are going to taste test them and try and guess what they are. So, I've got their upstairs. Now, unfortunately, they didn't have anything that was too crazy. I wanted to find one of the weirder ones, but, you know, I still got some flavors that I think are going to be pretty good, and you got to guess kind of what they are.
I'm so excited. My cousins once almost did this same thing, but it was with wasabi, and they also said it was ice cream.
Yeah, no, we're not. There's no gotcha, so yeah. Now don't let them see the flavors. Yeah, so just go ahead and and if you want some too, Justin, by the way, you can.
Lactose intolerant.
Oh, okay. Actually, one of them's dairy-free.
Dairy-free option.
Yeah, there is a dairy-free option. Yeah, I didn't realize that until I got it. I was like, oh, dairy-free. This one's gonna suck.
I do kind of love how when we started this show, we were very much like, okay, we're going to wear different outfits. We're not going to let the world know that we record twice on the same day.
Yeah.
And now we're in a new year and you're like, oh yeah, next guy, there's a thing over there.
Yeah, we're totally we're breaking the fourth wall here.
Yeah, so it was, when I mentioned that I've been a fan of Sam much longer than I've been lucky enough to call her a friend, one of the first shows that we did together was in a little town called Owasso. Sorry, Owassowans, for calling your town little. And the booker did like an interview podcast-y thing prior to, and he was asking questions like, you know, your post-show ritual or whatever, and Sam did her interview before, and then I did mine, and as we were talking, he's like, well, you know, what are some things you like to do after a show? And I had mentioned, like, well, if I have a really good show, I like to go get ice cream. But if I have a really bad show, I like to go get ice cream. And he was like, oh, Sam loves ice cream too. And I was like, oh, could she be even more Jamie? Like, I was just oh my gosh.
I don't trust anybody who willingly doesn't like ice cream. I said willingly, not can't eat. So here's the first one. You guys, I mean, I don't expect you to get the flavor on the nose.
How's the nose?
Yeah.
I'm getting a sense of, was it a 1972? No, 73.
Yeah.
Okay, there's definitely like a berry.
And caramel.
I'm not gonna lie, this sounded better in concept. Because I don't know. I have no idea how we're going to guess this flavor. It's like,
Is it good though?
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna guess berry caramel cheesecake.
No.
ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good.
I want to say.
But it's like, what is berry and caramel?
just looking at it. I mean, well, granted, I bought it, so I think looking at it, I can tell what it is.
It's barbecue rib.
Berry. I like berry caramel cheesecake. I'm gonna go for like a crumble, like a mixed berry compote crumble or something.
Have we given up on the?
They have a lot of weird names too, like brambleberry,
Goat cheese.
Yeah. So, Sam, did you have a guess?
I like Elena's. I think
Going with the crumble, the berry crumble situation.
It's actually pineapple upside down cake.
No, it's not.
What yeah. Sweet tart pineapple yogurt with red cherries,
Oh, okay.
golden cake, and caramel swirl. So you got the berry because the cherry
Yeah.
berry, pretty close, but
I'm not getting pineapple out of this this base.
Interesting.
Though. It's very delicious. Don't get me wrong.
Have you had it yet?
I've had a lot of flavors before from Jenny's, so yeah.
Like now that you know that it's pineapple, do you taste pineapple?
Well, there's 2 more to go.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Delicious, but would never in a million
Yeah.
years guess pineapple.
The everything bagel was on the money. That one was on. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, I was hoping that they'd have one like really strange flavor, and they didn't. But they're all gonna be
This is solid.
Yeah.
I mean, Jenny's has all good. Everything from Jenny's is really good.
I feel like that should have been gettable, but
But you know what though? It's weird. Like when you don't see what you're looking at, sometimes it can be. All right.
Hang on to your spoons.
Round 2 coming up.
okay.
And right now, all of our past guests are like, "What the fuck? Yeah. They're like, "What the hell, man? You guys are eating chicken and people and ice cream."
That's our new slogan.
Yeah, chicken, people, and ice cream. The first person who sends us a message saying, "Hey, why can't I be on?" They're gonna be suspect. They're gonna be suspect because we know what they're into. Yeah. They're gonna be like, "Oh man, get me back on." Oh man.
Well, we tried. What did we try with Ken? Was it
Everything bagel? Yeah. Which again, it works. It was good. I mean, I'm not gonna eat it on a hot day, but it was good. Like
What was it?
everything bagel.
Ice cream?
Yes.
Yep, so-
it worked. It worked.
It has like little doughy bagely chunks, and then the gravel. Thank you.
got it.
The garlic, sesame seed, onion, gravel that's in there, and then the ice cream base is like a cream cheese flavor. It's super good.
My mom hated it. She came over.
So for the viewers at
Yeah.
home, this one is a chocolate base. It looks like this might be the dairy free, and I'm only doing that because of the
Consistency of the ice cream.
consistency.
Yeah.
Very chocolatey. There's another.
Flavor in there. I mean, obviously, I know for a fact which one that one is because I read the description.
Oh, that is a back end something.
Yeah, back end something. It'll probably make sense after Daryl reveals the flavor.
Is it the dairy free one?
It is. You are correct.
It tastes cinnamony.
Ooh, maybe like a Mexican hot chocolate.
Yeah.
They
thing?
do have that. That's not it, but they do
Okay.
have that, but they didn't have it there. Oh, okay. Now, when you mentioned cinnamon, my brain is okay. When you hear the description, it'll probably make perfect sense.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready. Are you? Or do you want to go for another guess?
I can't think of it.
Okay.
Rumball.
Rumble.
It's like a holiday flavor. Yeah. Spiced rum probably is what you're tasting.
So, I should have remembered. I watched Patton Oswalt eat rum ball on Instagram a couple days ago, but it did not. It did not equate. I get it, like the warmth with the alcohol.
Reminds me of when I still drank. Like, this is the day Sam breaks his sobriety.
Yeah. It's all just a damn ice cream.
Oh man.
Yeah. 4 months down the road, I'm gonna see her on the side of the road.
Just like
shivering.
Screw you guys!
Yeah. You're the fucking one that did this to me. You and that damn rum ball. Got any spare change?
I will say, if anybody from Jenny's is listening,
Yeah.
Jenny, can you hear me, Jenny? I would like a crunch in there. I feel like it needs
Some texture.
it needs a something. Yeah.
I think the last one's going to be probably the textural king.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
This mixed well with the ice cream before it, I will say.
Yeah.
Since we're,
Well, like rum, pineapple, a
upside
tropical.
down rum ball.
Yeah.
Do you help fund this podcast with like an ASMR OnlyFans?
We actually, Daryl one day did a pickle eating ASMR.
Oh, but I still haven't. I just never really put it on.
Oh, you didn't put it on?
No, I gotta do that.
Hey, you do, yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Sorry, whoever's editing this.
I mean, we could almost make it a tradition, but again, people are gonna be like, oh, why didn't you have me eat the ice cream when I was, because we didn't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more flavor to go.
I will gladly lie about remembering any of the flavors too. If you
There you
want to
go.
just keep feeding the ice cream every
Yeah, hey, you know what?
Like, oh, I have no idea what this is. Oh, chocolate? Oh, I'm not familiar.
What's this ice cream you talk of?
Right, so this is what we're looking at this time.
I was about to
No, go ahead.
I feel like my guess before even eating is orange marmalade.
No, but that should be a flavor that sounds very good.
See, this I'm getting more of a pineapple-y, like a pina colada kind of vibe.
Is it the body of Christ?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes. It's Christ cream.
Oh, I did get a big hunk of cake.
That's the body of Christ. That was his hair.
And also with you.
Yeah.
This one is my favorite of the three, I think.
I think the rum one was mine.
She's having flashbacks. Just get her a straw. I want more rum.
This is good. I mean, they all were fantastic.
Peach cobbler?
Oh, you are you're very, very close. I mean, I almost want to say.
I was gonna say, like, it was cakey at first, but then that next bite was like a biscuity, like.
I mean, I
something.
almost just say we give it to her.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's the flavor is sweet cream biscuit and peach jam.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty on the button, right? Yeah, I mean,
nailed it.
yeah,
You're good.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty damn close.
that's good. This is I'm into this one.
Anything peach is delicious. That's one of the best flavors. Peach tea,
Yeah.
peach
Good.
peach pie.
So
Good.
Do you like
Thanks.
celestial seasonings peach tea?
Say what?
Do you like celestial seasonings peach tea?
Celestial seasoning. Sure, why not?
the bird's dead. Thank you.
You get it.
So the peach one was the best,
In my opinion.
in your opinion. You like
Yes.
the rum.
And the first one.
So if you had to rank them, how would you go?
Thank you. Oh, probably in the order that we had them, I think.
Okay. Most favorite to least favorite?
I liked the
Okay.
tartness.
Okay.
The first one.
Well,
Nice.
you are more than welcome to take the carton home. You are more than welcome to take the carton home. So.
And you get an ice cream.
Yeah, and look under your chairs. Look under your chairs. It's probably melted. There's a calf under there.
This is all just another step in our goal to get sponsored.
Exactly.
We tried by Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
We tried by your tequila people. Now we're trying Jenny's and
Yeah.
Lee's. Somebody.
Yeah. Somebody out there has got to sponsor this. Somebody, please.
The Duck Penis Association.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, pick us up.
yeah.
I feel like we were never really on the rails, but I cannot say strongly enough how much every word Justin said on the intro was entirely true. Sam is hilarious, absolutely a genius writer, one of the most unique voices you will ever hear in comedy. Find her everywhere. What's your social media?
At Rager Samantha on Instagram, but Rager is spelled like Rager.
Rager! We're having a rager, bro!
And where can they find your album?
On all streaming platforms.
And it is called...
Regrettably, trigger warning.
Yes. So find all things Samantha Rager. Support.
Yes.
This will be probably in February-ish?
Probably February, yeah.
Yeah, so do you have anything coming up that you'd like to push or promote? Or just follow you on social media?
Yeah, follow me on social media. I am doing a show in Lima, Ohio in February.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where yet.
Is it the home of Glee? Is that...
They play them a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, no, it is the home of Glee. Lima Losers is what they. Like,
Okay. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Glee it up. No, I don't.
Glee it up?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, Glee.
I
I never
said
really-
Lima, and I was like, Glee!
I think
and nothing else went into my
I
head.
hear Lima, I think Bean. That's where my mind goes. Lima Bean.
January 6th.
Well, this is being fun.
Ah, there you go, yeah. Oh, man.
I am at Gonzaleza, Gonzaleeza, on all the social medias.
I actually finally created an Instagram account for all my shows. It's called Random Banana Entertainment. I have shows in like a million cities. I've got Bearded Lamb in Plymouth, Rusted Crow in Dearborn Heights, Rusted Crow in Belleville, Downey Brewing Company in Dearborn, Dearborn Brewing in, spoiler alert, Dearborn, Michigan. Tons of shows coming up. Follow Random Banana Entertainment to get updates on all my shows. And as always, thank you all so much for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out.
Time was new.